and welcome to Cox Local Edition on CNN Headline News. I'm Kathryn Falk with Cox Communications. Thank you so much for joining us today. We have two wonderful guests from Habitat for Humanity of Northern Virginia, Karen Cleveland, the president, and James Snowden, who's in charge of retail operations at Restore. Thank you so much for being here.
Thank you for having us.
Absolutely. Karen, tell us about how long Habitat's been around in Northern Virginia.
Well, Kathryn, we've been working in Northern Virginia for nearly 20 years now, helping low-income families stabilize their family and have a simple, decent place to live.
That's terrific. Tell us how you actually do your work. What is it that Habitat does for these families?
Well, the Habitat model is very simplistic, and it can be duplicated all over the world. The idea is that we would get land donated, most of the materials donated, raise the rest of the money in the private sector, and then build the houses with volunteers along with the homeowners. The only challenge in our environment is that it's gotten so expensive here and much more difficult to get land donated and materials donated. So it makes our job harder. And of course, right now, there's even a much greater need than there ever has been before in Northern Virginia.
Absolutely. And tell us about the need here. Is it because of the economy, or has there always been a need here?
I think there's always been a need because there's a pretty large discrepancy between the haves and the have-nots, and the working folks. The lower income working folks just have a harder time finding a decent place to raise their family. The economy certainly has added more challenges to our world. So a couple of years ago, we actually started building multifamily. So we're building condominiums. Just like everybody else, we got to get a little bit smaller and go up in order to serve more families. And that is our goal, serve more families locally in Northern Virginia.
And I think you're also known for your unique model of having the people that are going to move into the home actually participate in its building.
Oh, absolutely. That's a big part of our model. First of all, they attend classes, but then they come out and build right alongside the regular volunteers. They learn a whole lot about actually how their house is constructed, how to maintain it, but even more on top of that is what happens on the work site. First of all, they're learning to appreciate their house a lot more, but the volunteers also learn that our low-income homeowners could just very easily be somebody who lived next door to them, or somebody who has helped them in school with their children or in a hospital. These are just normal, everyday neighbors who need a hand up, not a handout.
Great. And James, you're in charge of the retail operations. I think a lot of people might not know that Habitat has retail operations. Tell us about them.
Well, what we are, we're the Habitat Restore. We're a facility that actually, we sell used building materials. We accept items that are donated from contractors, homeowners. We resell these goods and we use the proceeds to build homes.
That's terrific. And where are the locations of Restore for Habitat for Humanity?
Well, we currently have one retail store in Alexandria. We're located off of Richmond Highway behind the Gold's Gym. And we're coming up with a second store, which is going to be in Chantilly. And that's going to be located off of Willett and Walney Road.
Terrific. And Karen, back to our viewers here, tell them about how they can learn more information about all the great things that Habitat for Humanity in Northern Virginia is doing, and what specifically they can do to help.
Well, Kathryn, our number one need is to find land or partners who can work with us to build. And then secondarily, or maybe they're side by side, is a need to raise money, so donations so that we can do our work. And that could be donations of money or donations of product, household items, appliances, cabinets, that we can then resell through the Restore. So the best way for people to find us is to go to our websites, and we have two, habitatnova.org or restorenova.org. And certainly if you have appliances in your home or any building materials and you want us to pick them up, we're happy to do that. Just call the number on the screen and we'll be happy to make arrangements to do that.
That's terrific, and we appreciate all the great work you're doing in the community.
Thank you, and we really appreciate the support of Cox Communication.
Absolutely.
Thank you.
And thank you for joining us on Cox Local Edition on CNN Headline News. And be sure to check us out on Facebook and Twitter. Thanks, and have a great day.